Hey guys, welcome to Jewelry Store Training Just Do It. We're going to tackle a bunch of issues about why we don't train our teams, one of our greatest assets and one of our greatest expenses. So what does it cost us to not train our team? A tremendous amount. Let's tackle a few issues right off the bat and cover a few of these little misnomers so that you can understand why it's important to do so. First of all, training is expensive. Yes, it is, but especially if you don't do it right. It should have a fantastic ROI. So whatever you spend, you should make thousands and thousands and thousands more multiples over what you spend. Here's a few ways you can do it. You hire a sales trainer. Good for you. You got somebody in your store for a couple of days for $2,000 to $4,000 a day to train your team. Whether you closed the store, you went on a retreat, you lost some business there, of course, you understand that, or the team got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and you did some training for a few hours before you opened, well, good for you. You sat there during that training session for a number of hours, and we all know how long can you really pay attention? 15 minutes? A half an hour? We hear a good story, but I call this the tsunami method of training. Then after the sales trainer was gone, all their materials were just sat back in your office with no follow-through. Well, what's the ROI on that? You can train them yourself, okay? That takes an incredible amount of time and planning, and your team may not listen to you. You've heard of the old adage, a prophet is not accepted in his hometown. I think a manager or a sales manager's best use of their time is coaching your team on the sales floor. Or you can train your team in viewable 10-minute sound bites with a training every single week. Think of the last good sermon you heard. It wasn't 25 points, it was one single clear message. Then your team can practice and perfect that thing all week long, okay? And just weekly little sound bites. Doesn't that make more sense? If you bring a sales trainer in with the information tsunami method, your ROI is completely dependent upon your follow-through with a cost of $5,000 to $8,000. Train them yourself or have your sales manager train them, and a percentage of their salary needs to be attributed to training. And if they spend a third of their time training, and if they make $50,000 a year, well, that's $16,000 that you're paying for training. Then there's jewelrystoretraining.com. $99 a month gets you a 10-minute video every single week where we're training on one topic. It's bite-sized, it's memorable, it's practicable, and it's very comprehensive. Brad Huskin and I have decades of experience that we're training your team for less than $1,200 a year. Now you're going to see measurable activities such as turnovers, add-on sales, team selling, a great up system, team respect. That all turns into sales. That all turns into dollars. And if you're $1 million store and we increase your closing ratio by 10%, that's just one more customer out of 10 that you close the sale. Well, now what's your ROI? What's 10% of $1 million? Now that's a return on investment. So if you think training your team is expensive, just think about what not training them is costing you.